Everyone, and welcome to the Saj Paul Oberoi Media. So, I'm going to talk to you about transfer deadline day, which happened a couple of days ago. Um, my thoughts on it was that it was very slow compared to the previous deadline days, which has happened in the Premier League, especially. The main deals, of course, the main deals are Michi Batshuayi has gone to Crystal Palace. Chelsea fans will always remember him for that own goal he scored. That's one of the most memorable highlights of Michi Batshuayi in a Chelsea shirt. And of course, he scored the title-winning goal in the 2016-17 season. But it has been a mixed spell for him completely. He's been out of favor ever since he's joined the club, and he's gone to Dortmund and Valencia, and now he's at Crystal Palace. So he's been a bit of a journeyman since he's joined Chelsea. The next two deals are Fulham signing Havat Nordtveit and this guy, Lazar Markovic. Both of them are flops in the Premier League. They haven't performed really well since they were at the time they were in the Premier League, especially Havat Nordtveit. He came in the high expectation. The last time he came from Borussia Mönchengladbach to West Ham, and he kind of flopped at West Ham and went to Hoffenheim, and now he's at Fulham. So it is a 50-50 chance that the transfer might go well, or it's dubious, the signing. Yeah. And Lazar Markovic, he has been a bit of a journeyman ever since he's joined Liverpool. I mean, apart from that spell at Hull under Marco Silva, his career has not panned out the way it's supposed to be. You know, and hopefully he gets a new lease of life at Fulham, but I can't really see that happening. And the next transfer is Cardiff City signing Leandro Bacuna. Now, this is a guy who could be a decent signing for Cardiff because Cardiff is a team which is not very high on quality, but they have a lot of fight. And Leandro Bacuna is a kind of guy who plays well in a team which is very rugged. As shown in the season where Paul Lambert was manager, and he first came into Villa, but of course he got relegated in 2015-16, and he was part of that team, and ever since then he has not been in the Premier League. He was in the Championship with Reading, but Cardiff have given him a second chance in the Premier League, and hopefully he takes that well. Uh, the next signing is, of course, Peter Crouch to Burnley. I mean, Peter Crouch is like 38 years old. He's been in the Premier League since forever, and it is a very unusual move because Sam Vokes has moved to the opposite direction. He has moved to Stoke City, but that is mental. Peter Crouch playing in the Premier League at the age of 38. His FM stats don't look good, but of course, in real life, he's performing. Burnley still think he can perform at an acceptable Premier League level. So that's only something that time can tell whether he will perform well for them, but will perform well for them. But he could be an asset as a target man for Burnley, and of course they've got players like James Tarkovsky who can be good defenders and aerially strong. Of course, Peter Crouch also adds to the aerial strength of this team. This Burnley side, I've got Chris Wood and we've got Peter Crouch. Imagine them two up top. We've got half decent aerial players. Uh, the next signing is Miguel Almiron to Newcastle United. Newcastle United have broken their transfer record. 14 years after they signed Michael Owen for about 16 million back then in 2005. 16 million in 2005 was really expensive. It was a new 60 million. And it's amazing how Newcastle United have not broken a transfer record for 14 years. The highest paid, the highest amount of money they paid for a transfer is today. I mean, rather, 31st Jan, right? It's not today, but 31st Jan, 2019, 21 million. Teams like Crystal Palace spent 30 million on players, notably Kristen Benteke and all these players. West Ham, they spent 40 million on players, and Newcastle's transfer record is 21 million pounds. That's mental if you think about it. When you see people like Dominic Solanke going to Bournemouth for 19 million despite not playing enough games, you see how dire the situation is, with Mike Ashley. It's unbelievable. But hopefully he can, provide a spark in attack for Newcastle United, and I think they will move up the table as time progresses. But it has been a very quiet deadline day. Uh, these have been the major deals which have happened in this deadline day, and it is something which was not very expected. I mean, I expected deadline day to be much, much more busy, much busier. I wanted it to be busy, but it wasn't to be. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you guys watching the video if you watched till the end, and goodbye.